paging me, asking me, are you still involved? Calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, am I still involved? Y'all usually check on me. Listen. I'm still involved. Hey! Woo! Hey! I'm still involved. Oh! I'm still them boys. I'm still them boys. I'm still them boys. Yeah. I'm still them boys. Call and check on me. Hey, I'm still them boys. Them boys. I'm still them boys. Yeah. Now y'all don't want to call and check on the pastor. I'm still them boys.
You having an unnatural allegiance to losers is not like you.
I'm still
Jesus,
them
this is
boys.
your humble servant, Lord. There's clearly been a miscommunication, Jesus.
Yo,
Just saying this verse
we
is a little
still
bit
them boys,
different,
baby.
Lord.
And as this room fill up, be sure to smash upon the like button. Come on, baby. They done turned away from the game over here. Mama said there'll be days just like this. And Mama was right. Put a 1 in the chat if the audio is straight. The Cowboys on my way home. On my way home. We on our way home, baby. Yup.
That was a little teaser of how this game would go for Cooper Rush and the Cowboys offense, as it was a turnover fest, and Cooper Rush must hate playing in filthy, as it's just been a house of horrors for him. Multiple interceptions, both times he's gone to Lincoln Financial Field. The fumbling was a problem today. Jake Ferguson and Rico Dowdle both putting the ball on the ground. As turnovers were the story with both meetings between the Cowboys and the Eagles this year. 41-7. Eagles just absolutely obliterate the Cowboys from the first quarter on. Now, Dallas bounced back. They go on a 12-play, 70-yard drive. Jalen Tolbert catching the lone touchdown of the game, third straight week with a touchdown for JT. Cowboys tied it at 7. But from that point on, it was all Eagles. Devontae Smith with a touchdown catch. Kenny Pickett gets a touchdown run until he was kicked out of the game. And then here comes Tanner McKee in the second half, throws a touchdown strike to A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, as the Eagles win it 41-7. The official postgame show brought to you by Pepsi, made for Cowboys watching. Zach Wolchuk alongside the Super Bowl winning scout Brian Broaddus here with you. 877-881-1053. The number to call, the number to text, 877-881-1053. Has this crushed any positive momentum about Mike McCarthy returning? What are some of your takeaways where you look at this one? But, man, this was a bad day at the office.
Yeah, I know it really, really was a bad day at the office. And, give the Cowboys some credit for bouncing back after that early, with the turnover, the pick six, and then going and driving. But, we mentioned it during the halftime, the play that went downfield, with Mingo, and they weren't able to connect on that play. And then they punted the ball, and then the Eagles were able to drive for a touchdown. Then you had the Ferguson fumble, which is another touchdown. Things in the second quarter really got away from them. And, that's kind of what happened, with the game that was played in Dallas. For a half, Dallas played really, really well. You knew with Barkley and him chasing the record, the backup quarterbacks, that you were going to get a steady diet of him. And I thought early in the game, Dallas did a pretty good job of that. But the points, the scoreboard got away from them. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, then it became they had to defend the run, and that became a little bit more difficult. The Eagles, Kellen Moore, I just admire teams that have the ability to find your weakest player and just attack. and they knew that Booth was not good enough, very early in this football game, and getting him and Smith matched up, you could put Bland. Now Bland had a chance to, with Brown and, that one time and got pushed off a little bit, I felt like. But yeah, if you're going to travel your best corner with you feel like their best receiver, well then, be ready for the other corner to take a lot of the action there, and they clearly did.
Yeah, and to start the game, and we're looking at each other and thinking that's the Kellen Moore we know. I mean, they come out with a backup.
Him pulling the ball down and extending plays, and with 3-4 touchdowns. The defense needed a bounce-back game, and the team itself, I think, needed to get back on track. And they did it with their Pickens and McKee. Howie Roseman, who doesn't he pick? It's linebackers, offensive.
They glazing Howie, which he deserved, I guess, to get a little glaze action, I guess.
This week against the Giants, that might be something, and that happens to be, I would hate to be John Mara, the owner of the Giants. I don't know if I'd want to attend that game in Philadelphia and watch Saquon Barkley break that record with me in attendance.
101 yards away from breaking Eric Dickerson's record to Saquon Barkley after he had the 167-yard performance. Does go over 2,000 yards on the season. Now, Rico Dowdle became the first undrafted rookie running back in Cowboys history to run for over 1,000 yards in a season. He gets 23 carries, 104 yards today, so congratulations to Rico Dowdle. That fumble, I'm sure, is one that he's going to want to have back inside the red zone, though.
Yeah, and that's the unfortunate thing. But Rico Dowdle has done, if you talk about really MVP-type players for you, all year long throughout the entire season, I think Rico Dowdle and then also Jordan Lewis would be the two that I would think that, with all the injuries that they've had to deal with and stuff, this was, those were the two guys that really shined the brightest.
Yeah, you look at who's under contract at corner for next year. You got Trayvon Diggs, obviously, but how much is he going to even be available for you? Yeah. And then it's Bland and Kalen Carson. It's definitely a position of need, and I wonder what the price tag is there for Jordan Lewis heading into the offseason, but he's certainly one of the more valuable pieces. Eagles clinching the NFC's title today. They can also have no worse than the number 2 seed. They're still trying to maybe get the number 1 spot. We'll see what happens with the Lions and the Niners Monday Night Football. And according to ESPN research from our guy Todd Archer, Cowboys swept by the Eagles first time since 2017.
2017.
Losses were a combined 62 points, most ever against the Eagles. Worst point differential in a season against the Eagles was minus 58, which was in 1961. So, granted, both those starts, I do believe, were Cooper Rush starts for Dallas, but still, the turnovers tell the story between both
Cooper
these
Rush
teams,
better than Dak, though.
41-7. Just an absolute shellacking as the Eagles go ahead and improve to 13-3. They're 7-1 at home this year. They'll try and make it 8-1 at home next week against the Giants. Cowboys now 7-9. They're 5-3 on the road this year. 877-881-1053. The number to call, the number to text. I think we both discussed this during halftime, but the big turning point moments, the 3rd down and 1.
I thought so.
To Jonathan Mingo.
Yeah, I thought so.
Mingo.
I mean, quarterbacks are taught to throw the ball when they're going down the field to throw it to the outside along the sidelines. In that way, only your guy goes and gets it. Mingo wasn't looking for the ball; he was looking for the ball inside. So, bad throw, bad route. I'm sure that we'll get the bottom line of that one. But yeah, that from that point on, if you're Dallas and I'm Mike McCarthy, I'm thinking just get first downs and keep the thing moving. Don't sit there. There's no need to take a 50-50 chance to a guy that is not really shown up all year. I mean, it's unfortunate that that's the case, but I'm just like, it's shotgun football. It's and I know there were people that were having discussion with me on Twitter, and I appreciate that. But just get the first down and then fight for another set of downs, and and try and make things work that way instead of going for the YOLO ball, and try and make a play. Maybe if the ball's thrown to the inside, it's a touchdown. We'll see, but it wasn't. It's Cooper Rush. It's a guy you traded for midseason who has had absolutely zero success all year. Yeah, there was separation there, but anyway, like I said, it's it's just sometimes it just boggles my mind that Mike McCarthy can be the one guy that kills momentum faster than anybody else. Any play that they might have, he's that going for it that way. I thought was just not the best thing to do.
No, me either. And then they come back with that fumble from Ferguson. This is 14-7. Eagles have just taken the lead on a 10-play drive, and then Fergie fumbles. And like I don't know what's been going on, health-wise with Jake Ferguson. He had the scare week 1 against
Trying to
Cleveland.
do too much, though. Ferguson's
and
one of those
the
guys.
ball's not tight at all.
Ferguson. But that's the way that Ferguson plays, and we admire him for that. We admire him for jumping over defenders and run after catch, and he's always fighting, and I can appreciate that. When he fumbled the ball, I was like, but that's, to me, it's understandable. That's how he plays, and that's kind of just the way the game was going for you anyway.
It is. But a down year, I think, over. I mean, like, Fergie was one of those guys that I was really hoping he's going to take the next step. He's going to build on a career year last year, put himself up there when we're talking about best tight ends in the game. Maybe Jake Ferguson's on the short list of that. That hasn't quite happened this year for Fergie when you're looking at overall body of work here from the 2024 season. But that fumble was huge because then the Eagles go right down the field. They go up 10 points, and then the other interception. The turnover certainly. And then the Eagles just running the football in the second half. You had to know that was going to happen.
Yeah, you could have played 11 in the box, and Dallas was probably going to have problems stopping the run there with Barkley. They clearly had the bit between his teeth there and trying to get him as close. And they got him within 100 yards.
They did.
They're going to take a first half against the Giants next week with the Giants with 1 foot in the parking lot, and they're going to run the ball. They're going to get this guy this record probably in the first half next week.
877-881-1053. The number to call, the number to text. Let's get some of your reaction.
That would be crazy, man. So the Eagles play the Giants last game of the season. Oh my God, who can write a script better than that? That's gonna be crazy. He's gonna get that record. All he needs is 105 yards. Shoot. And it's crazy. I believe they called timeout on that 3rd and 1. And to go for that Hail Mary there, that was crazy, Mike McCarthy. And I said no one ices their own team like that, and Mike McCarthy did that. He iced his own team with that timeout that he called. And that's crazy, man. Flat out crazy. Come on. I think Tankathon is broken. Shoot, look at this. God Lord, Tankathon, what's going on? I want to see where we at. To a degree, if the Giants beat the Colts, that put us in favorable situations, believe it or not, because the Colts have the same record as us. And I don't know strength of schedules and all of that. It could be a situation and scenario that the Giants did us a favor. So we may be up a little bit higher now because the Giants beat the Colts. We're 7-9, right? And I think the Colts are now 7-9. They may put us ahead. They may put us ahead of the Colts in the drafting order, so that's why I'm waiting for Tankathon to wake up. And I think Tankathon is too many people there. So if it's me, we have the inability to get rid of. And the Bengals won their game too. So that's a good thing, Dramatic. So as Tankathon is thinking, this could all work out for our favor in this game, believe it or not. Put a 1 in the chat if the audio is straight. Let me know if you guys can still hear me and all of that good stuff. Let me know let me know how you guys feel. So we're in 12th spot now. That give us goodness and graces of opportunities to also, ladies and gentlemen, we did some mock drafts before, and that could give us a situation whereas we now can draft a Tech McMillan or a quote-unquote Ashton Genty. Let me know how y'all feel about that now, since we are picking right at 12th now. And those are things that we can look at now And I know, it's a sad season. It's over with for us for the 2024 season, looking into the 2025 season now. And just for what it is, y'all. So while I'm letting people get into here, appreciate y'all so much. Thank y'all for y'all support. And we're just going to – so they still got us 15 here, so we're going to have to do a updated schedule. Let me see where we at. So according to even 15 spot here, we got Will Campbell, we got Ashton Genty, we got James Pierce, we got Nick Scorton. So yeah, we still get good guys. And of course, I'm not going to draft Will Campbell, but Will Campbell will be the Cowboys-esque type of move, and that could be a situation there because of the offensive line. Now, by Rico getting 1,000 yards, ladies and gentlemen, is that a situation whereas you guys would like for the Cowboys to sign Rico and then we just go all defense in this draft? Those are things that we got to consider too. I'll go with Deion Walker. Shout out to those who pointed out Deion Walker. We definitely need a big boy down inside. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we'll definitely need that. Ashton Genty, a Deion Walker, and I know that some of y'all may not like Kentucky guys, but, it's just for what it is. And then I can get my wide receiver right here from Stanford. I don't know about a Stanford wide out, but I can go Kyle Kennard. Let me see. You got Jaden Higgins right here, yeah. I'll go with a big boy wide receiver. I think y'all would love me. Y'all would love me. Y'all will find me the biggest tomahawk steak if this happened, right? Oh my God! You get an Ashton Genty, you get a Deion Walker, then you get a Jaden Higgins. I believe y'all would take me out to get a nice tomahawk steak if this situation and scenario happened. Yeah, shoot yeah, man. I would love that. Yeah, we would score. We would score with this, and still bring back Rico for a cup of coffee and tell Rico stop fumbling that damn ball. Yeah. Yes, indeed. The only reason why I didn't pick Maximili, I didn't pick up that tape on him yet, so bear with me. But I've seen Jaden Higgins' tape. So that's the only reason why I passed up on Stanford wired out. I haven't picked up his tape yet.
Playing somewhere else next year.
They might be coaching for an opportunity to be on another staff.
Sure.
Somebody could watch them and go,
y'all wouldn't like me on this
Giants
draft?
defensive end group is not worth a damn.
Yeah.
And that's a reflection on the
Wagyu.
coach. So, yes, these teams are going to keep trying to win games. And, we'll see with the decision that's made. With Mike McCarthy.
Yeah, the coaching conversation is one that I think we can have throughout the postgame show. Interesting,
the current draft order. Here you go. Giants, the win. Giants fall all the way to 3.
For 1 to 3.
Yeah.
The Titans jumping them at 2. The Titans need a quarterback. Patriots seem good with Drake May. They now have the number 1 overall pick. We'll get more into the Tankathon. More of your calls and texts. What do you think about the coaching future of this team? Some of the players that you thought have improved, maybe had a bad day today. I know there's quite a list of those. 877-881-1053. You're listening to the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network.
A true
Yeah, Tankathon is tripping, man. Let me know on your browsery if your Tankathon is working. Let me know on your browsery if Tankathon is working. Because that's what it look like on mine. It's just looking weird. And it's not looking good at all. Let me see. What is the Eagles versions of their 105.3 The Fan? What's the name of their radio station? Maybe we'll tune in to them. Patriots going after Travis Hunter. It's going to be weird seeing Travis. It's going to be weird seeing Travis Hunter wearing number 40 because he said that he's not going to wear 12. He can't wear 12 in New England. They are not finna give Travis Hunter that 12 in New England. Giants were tripping. It's refreshed. Yeah, for some reason my Tankathon is not working here. Yes, indeed. Nice loss. Hopefully we can climb back up. Oh, okay, so the name of their website Appreciate you, a real one, James. Appreciate you. Oh, okay. Are you the Eagles, James? You know, let me tune in to them and see what they talking about. Are you the Eagles, James? Let me know. Let's listen to them.
Businesses of all types and sizes have been saving money with Pico because Pico's got the financial incentives and technical expertise to help you reduce your energy use and save cash. So see how Pico's helping businesses like...
Yes, indeed. So they on commercial. Everybody on commercial. Yeah, they might they might give him. They were like, F Tom Brady, he left us and won a Super Bowl elsewhere. If that's the case in the scenario, Eagles low key winning the Super Bowl. Oh no, not your mom. No. Put it like this. If we was a competent team, we would have been jumped up on them boys 21-3, 27. Who believes me now? If we were a competent team. Now, granted, okay, James, I see you. Congratulations on beating us. If we were a competent team, let me know if I'm lying. Did we see the same game? Y'all? Because when they on their first 3rd and 3, we was moving the ball on the Eagles. They were trying to play some good defense. But look at the score. I know y'all gonna beat me up and say, law delusional, man. But I don't want y'all to look at the last end of the score. But I was just saying, if we were competent.
All these years later, we still only make one flavor: vodka, flavored vodka.
It's weird. I tune in and they talk about vodka. Are they trying to say that Law needs vodka?
OJ got the record. OJ did it in 14 games. I know, we really don't speak about that, but in reality, he rushed for 2,014 games. ED, it took him 15 to do it. So, if anything, it's like, why are we even having the conversation? Or if you're trying to get ED's record, if that's the conversation, it should be, well, you got to do it in 14. And the way football is right now, it's kind of hard to rush for 2,000 yards in 14 games. So whether it's 16, whether it's 17, it's a feat that you can never take away from what I was able to do with the O-line. And only 8 other players did it, so it's a special moment.
What's stood out about the moment where you did break the record, make the calls timeout, you get to spend the moment with your teammates?
Yeah, I didn't know I broke it on that run. I'm not gonna lie, but it was just special, the fact that going out there and you knew what you needed, and then it's like you're like, in your mind, you're like, all right, damn, like I want to get this, but then when you look up and you're in the huddle and you got Lane saying, let's go get this for this mother effer, like that's like, you're like, wow. And it just goes to show you that what's this team all about, and we all want to see each other shine and thrive, and I can't do it. I can't those 2,000 yards. I can't do it without those guys up front, and definitely
How did the Eagles get damn Saquon though? Jeez.
I'm sure you saw that ED said that he doesn't want you to break the record. What's your kind of response to that?
I don't think if you had a record, would you want me to break your record? You know what I mean? I don't look at it that way. I haven't broke records on. I guess I have this year technically with like the Eagles franchise. But so if 10 years from now or next year, 3 years, however long, when I'm done playing football, if a back is able to beat my Eagles franchise record, or say if I did break ED record, I kind of go ahead and get it. It's fun. You want to be that. It's an honor to be able to have that name and have your name attached to that record, and having guys chasing it. Guys been chasing that record for 40 years. So
40 years.
I don't see it as like a shot. I don't see it as throwing shade. You shouldn't want me to break your record, but that's how I look at it. Thank you.
All right, Saquon Barkley. Boy, a lot to digest out of that one. I'm not even sure if there's any.
Genty gonna break it next year. He gonna be on the boys.
We'll discuss this as we move forward. Nick Sirianni will be on as well as we go forward. 610-632-0975. This is your phone calls. We will gladly take them. Text messages, everything.
I never listened to the Eagle station. Let me see what they talk about.
As the Eagles roll to the NFC East title, they beat the Cowboys 41-7 with Brendan Gunn and Mike Vito. I'm Kevin Cooney. This is the Birds Insider Post Game Show on 97.5.
All right, so what I need to happen here, I need San Fran to win. But San Fran, who they play? They play the damn Detroit, don't they? So I need San Fran to lose. I want Detroit to have the number 1 seed. So I need San Fran to at first I needed them to damn win, but now I need for them to lose because they are drafting ahead of us. The Colts, strength of schedule, they got the Colts still ahead of us with 12 and we 13 according to Tankathon. The Giants, they dropped to 3rd slot, meaning that in the way Shador looked, do y'all think Shador go to Tennessee now? Last night, Shador didn't look that great, but, it is what it is, the last game of the season maybe. And then let me see, with a mock, they got Shador going to the Tennessee. They got Travis Hunter going to the Patriots. They got Cameron Ward going to the Giants. And the Giants, from what it's worth, they said they look good today. They got Tet going to the Cleveland. But I think Cleveland need a quarterback, don't they? Mason Graham going to the Jags. Abdul Carter, it seems like an Abdul Carter thing going with the Jets. But low-key, believe it or not, I think the Jets need a quarterback. That's just me. Will Johnson going to the Panthers. That's such a Panthers move. Will Campbell. I don't foresee Will Campbell going to the Raiders, but that could be a thing. James Pierce. So they have the Cowboys going with Ashton Genty. Let's go draft Ashton Genty. All right, and let's see who they got us going in a second.
Just drop them.
They got us. Ooh, would y'all like that? Ashton Genty in the first, Trey Harris in the second. Trigger Trey is back, baby. And then we got Xavier Watts in the third. So how do y'all feel about that mock draft brought to you by Tankathon?
Later in the season.
And then you didn't play your best running back and start him until week 11?
Exactly. You didn't commit to it. But there are games that Mike McCarthy has had, that Cincinnati game, that was a chance for a win against a quality opponent. At the time, probably not. But you look what Cincinnati's doing right now. Cincinnati, you say, Cincinnati gets in the tournament dealing with that offense with Joe Burrow and all that.
Look out.
Yeah.
And as bad as that defense has been, they played well against Kansas City. They seem to always play well. When they got to play against the Chiefs, that defense will step up.
They figure something out against those cats.
They really do.
Action power, where you at?
No excuses for Cooper Rush.
No, hell no.
One of his worst games.
No, he was awful.
Today. I mean, you know what you have in Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush is a backup quarterback for a reason. He's a guy that's going to play and try and execute the game plan and don't turn the football over.
He was really good against the Buccaneers last week, when they really didn't have any running game. Here they were trying to play a little complimentary football. Unfortunately, though, he couldn't make enough of the throws, and that ultimately hurt him.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt.
If we get
he was horrible today.
If the Mingo pass on 3rd and 1 was his fault, then that was the start. That was the down, in my opinion. That was the moment that started the downfall for him.
It was. And Cowboys now with the update to Tankathon as the noon games have all finalized here, sitting at 13. They actually moved behind Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Okay. Now there's the strength of schedule deal
it's
again.
The strength of schedule deal.
Yeah.
The Colts have a 455 strength of schedule. Cowboys at 519. The Cowboys are sitting at 13. They would jump ahead of San Francisco if San Francisco can win. The Niners strength of schedule is at 563. Yeah. They're taking on Detroit. Detroit's going to be trying to rub it in the 49ers face there after what happened in the NFC
Still playing for the number 1 seed,
and
though,
they
right?
They got a lot to play for, and
they're
on that revenge tour. I mean, we saw what Detroit did when they came in here to AT&T
So
Stadium.
13 right now as we sit.
Yes, 13 where we sit.
And that's with San Francisco still to play. Tomorrow night.
You just cheered for America's team on the field. Now see them on the reels. Cowboys-themed casino games developed by Aristocrat now at a casino near you.
Yeah. Let me see what MB knows and listen.
And more. So enjoy the week and get yourself.
So I see you, James. I see you talking noise, man. I'm going to point it out. That's okay, Jay. Where you at? James talking about, oh, you trying to rub it in. Oh, Cowboys talking about draft stuff while the season not even over with. Yeah, I see you in the chat. I see you in the chat, James. That's okay, man. That's okay, man. I get it. You want to rub it in on the boys. Y'all want to rub it in on the boys. But at the end of the day, Before we get things going on our end while they on commercial break there, let's listen to this.
It starts from the first phone call. Most of the time, you're going to talk to Gene Burkett, a 30-year partner. You're not going to talk to some employee that just got put on the phones that day.
There are things that are so crucial, especially if it's a cataclysmic event, to have our experts get out and look at the vehicle, witness statements, photos, the whole thing.
Call Frenkel first.
Chosen by the people, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frenkel first.
Yes, indeed. That's 214 or 817, and all of the threes you can dial until you get a live representative there. You would talk to an expert team of lawyers that have over 100 years of combined experiences. On top of that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls around the globe, they will not take advantage of you like those insurance companies try to. Keep in mind, they are located here in Texas. They can represent you the best way possible. And if you can't dial 214-817 and all of the threes, just visit frenkelfirm.com. Let's go. 657-390-7391 is the hotline for your mind. Don't all of y'all call in at the same time now. Come on in it. Yeah, obey the laws, baby. Come on with it. All right, we'll be jumping back and forth from 105 and, of course, to our conversations.
Like I said, that's the best thing they do. And when you're playing downhill like that, I think it's
let Mike McCarthy speak right quick.
And
we got Mike McCarthy live.
They really got going. I thought our defense did a good job in the first half. The run defense was where it needed to be. Because really the points were off of our giveaways. But yes, the two long drives in the third quarter and, early in the fourth quarter. So he's obviously having a tremendous year.
Sham showed with the Athletic. How much could you tell when you were calling plays out there that how much more difficult was it with not having CD out there?
We knew that. We knew it was going to be a different game, with the plan this week. So, yeah, but we never really, to be honest with you, we didn't really get to some of the things we'd hoped to get to. The plan was to play with favorable sticks. I felt that the way they called the defense, they were going to try to make us go the long way. They didn't play aggressive at all, and we gave them the ball, and so it obviously was a good plan for them. But felt good about the run plan coming in here, and I thought Rico did, had some really good runs there, and the run blocking unit was productive. But yeah, we can't. It's hard to win games, especially if you're, -2. And really the first half was where it kind of got away from us right there at the end. And then, once they got the run game going, and then we had the fourth turnover. So, but yeah, passing game wise, it wasn't, I wouldn't really say that we stressed them a whole lot, schematically. But, we really wanted to stay in a healthy run pass ratio, and once again we got behind and game changed.
Stressed them.
Yeah, they didn't stress them at all.
Didn't stress them at all.
Weren't able to stretch the field. We gave you the Cooper Rush numbers at halftime. He was 0 for 4 with an interception, passes 25 yards or more down the field. Oh, this Cooper Rush
talking about the wind though on that one pass.
The wind to Mingo.
I really
like
appreciate.
Mingo was open.
Yeah, I really appreciate Clarence Hill asking the question, because I wish Mike would have. He didn't put a blame. He started talking about the wind. But it seemed like
does that indicate more of a bad pass?
I think to me he's saying the ball gets hung up, and Cooper Rush just doesn't drive the ball.
Not a lot of velocity.
Not a lot of velocity, and so in conditions like that, ball's probably going to sail, and it sailed to the outside. And I think he gave Mingo a little credit for getting vertical on the route, and they got the separation. The ball just.
They're blaming the air. They're blaming the wind to get up under there.
Blown away a little bit.
My takeaway is it was a poor throw. I thought Mingo did a good job stacking, gets open, wins at the line of scrimmage. And Jonathan Mingo is going to be a guy that's absolutely, under a microscope. The Cowboys give up a fourth-round pick for him.
Yep.
So then this year, much like what happened with Trey Lance, he gave up a fourth-round pick that could have been a running back.
Never seen.
We've looked at some of the guys that went shortly after. Bucky Irving Isaac.
Oh no,
Guerrero,
people remind me about
Tyrone
Bucky
Tracy Jr.
Yeah, they're reminding me about Bucky Irvin right now. I guess he had a great day in Tampa.
Bucky Irving's continued to stack it up. It was a great day for Baker Mayfield. We'll take a look around the National Football League a little bit later. We'll get back to your calls and texts. We'll hear from Brad Sham. More audio.
All right, y'all let me know in the chat when Brad get on, because I want to hear how he's going to kiss this situation. I got 206, I got Swayze, I got my guy Max, so y'all hold tight for your boy. All right, from the 206, you're live on the mix. Talk to me, man. Talk to me.
What's up, Law? How you doing?
Man, hey, ready for the draft time for your mind now, man.
Yeah, man. McCarthy come on there, same as excuses. And that's how we went here in L.A. when we got rid of Darwin Scam, sorry, but
yeah.
And everybody celebrated. We got to get rid of this fat dude, man. You bring him back with never winning.
Yo.
I hope that stupid owner know you're not winning with Fat Boy. Period. We got rid of Darwin Scam. We made a trade today. We got Finney. Now we going to win. Watch what the Lakers do. We got Finney now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, but LA going crazy right now. We happy as hell. Got rid of Pretty Boy. Now we need to get rid of Fat Boy. Keep number 2. And I'm gonna tell you something. I want to know what's in that meeting, because I want to go ask the defensive back coach, man, why you keep playing? You're a defensive back. It's 25. Sorry, man. Why you keep putting this guy out there? I want to ask him that question.
My point's exactly. Yeah. He looked terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looked
You know,
terrible.
they hurt the team. If I'm a defense, if I'm like a Parson, man, I'll be saying, man, don't put him back in the game, man. I'll tell him, don't put 25 back in the game, bro.
Yeah. Or is it organic?
I'm sick of this, man.
Organically.
This dude can't cover a dog or law, man. This dude is sorry.
Yeah, I feel you,
But
man.
then Fat Boy keep doing the dumb play, 3rd and 1, throw a pass, interception, when you should have run it. He do that that's how he lost the Cincinnati game. He started the momentum. I'm going to tell y'all something. Them coaches don't like McCarthy. Y'all crazy as hell. They ain't saying that because they want their money first.
No doubt,
Right,
man.
man.
Appreciate you for calling in, MJ, man. Thank you, bro.
Right, man.
Hey, you have a good
Salute,
one, man. Salute, bro.
Get rid of Fat Boy. Everybody, get rid of Fat Boy. Let's get a sign. Get rid of Fat Boy. Don't bring him back.
Don't bring him back, man. No fat boys were harmed during that conversation, man. But Booth is sorry, y'all. The absolute wrong person to put out there. And you went and got Troy Pride. You went and got another guy, or whatever his name, Tracy or Troy, I forgot his name, but I think his name is Troy Pride. Remember they brought in Xavier Howard just for a cup of coffee. I don't know if the money was kind of crazy and they didn't want to pay for that. But at the end of the day, it's a situation that Booth don't need to be playing in the National Football League, or he need to be on the practice squad for a little bit longer, because Booth, he had probably one good preseason game, and after that, it's just been downhill from there. I remember we used a draft pick and we moved up to get an Eric Scott. He's now on the Kansas City Chiefs. I know he's happy being over there. Yeah. So shout out to Eric Scott and Mama Scott and Daddy Scott and all of the Scotts, man. They're really good people, man. Shout out to my Mississippi boys. Hold on, let me double check.
Barberry Law Firm for a masterful defense.
Y'all let me know when Brad come on. And we get things going.
Setting up with youngsters on both sides.
All right, they're still on commercial break. All right, I got from the 908, the Objective Cowboy fan, Swayze. What's good with you, my dog?
What's going on, Law?
Not much, man.
Nah, I mean, obviously, like I said before, Mike McCarthy is Jason Garrett. It's at the end of the day, this is someone we're going to have to deal with for the next 3 to 4 years.
Right.
It's happening. He will get signed. He'll probably get signed like the NFC Championship game week or like the Pro Bowl week. You know how we do it, the last minute before free agency, something like that. He's going to be here, but I would say this, though. I hope we don't – and I know Dotto been having a good couple of weeks. I still want to move on from that. I don't know if you agree with that, but, I still want – I feel like we could upgrade a little bit better. Maybe like a Najee Harris in free agency. You probably could get him for $5-6 million a year. But even then, I don't like the Joneses are so cheap. Like I don't even know. I just don't feel like getting a running back the first round is the best thing to do at this moment based on the team's needs. Like I prefer a defensive tackle, but I'm gonna hang up though. But do you feel like we should move on from Dowdle and try to look elsewhere for an upgrade? And if so, do you think free agency or the draft, like which areas should we focus on, free agency or the draft in terms of that position?
Well, looking at Dido on how he ran, I think that he is a complimentary back. I'll bring him back for a cup of coffee, maybe a $2.5 million deal, $3 million deal, and just bring him back. Draft a running back, though. I think that Rico did showed us some promises on way he run. Yeah, I didn't like the fumble, but I do like the heart, the grit, and his ability to run in between the splits with that aggressive anger. But don't pay him more than 5. Don't pay him more than 6 or 8 or 9 to $10 million. That's how I look at it, though. Yeah, that's what I would do with my guy Rico. Shout out to you, Rico.
Yeah, all right. That's all I wanted to know. All right,
okay.
I'm gonna sit back and enjoy the rest of the show.
All right, no doubt, man. No rush talk, none of that.
I mean, at the end of the day, we'll be getting blown out by the Eagles with Dak Prescott or without Dak Prescott, especially without CeeDee Lamb. That would be the excuse, like, for Dak lovers, right? They would say, well, we didn't have CeeDee Lamb. Like, he didn't have his number one receiver. Like, he just got Brandon Cooks and Tober out there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but, of course, because we're not paying him $65 million a year, it seems like he gets, less excuses than the $65 million quarterback. So.
Okay, I ain't gonna go back and forth, but I appreciate you for
it.
That's Swayze for the 908. T.Y. Hilton and Noah Brown, baby. Because I am old enough to remember that. And I think my guy Lamb was kind of battered and bruised in that game. But I feel you, though. But let's go. Let's see if Brad is on.
So that was a bad decision, and then, the interceptions. But, yeah, I don't think that's where the game turned, but I do think that was a turning point, if that makes sense.
Brad, was it really simply, though, the turnovers were just too much?
I think that it was two things, Brian. Look, the other team is better.
Much better.
So the way you beat a better team is you have to play mistake-free.
Right.
And we talked about it on the pregame show. That's how they lost the first game.
Yeah.
The one thing you cannot do is turn the ball over. So they turned the ball over, and then the Eagles took advantage of a guy playing cornerback who under other circumstances wouldn't be.
Right.
And, he made a terrible mistake on the penalty and gave up a couple of touchdowns. And I really think it comes down to as simple as those two factors.
When it comes to next week, I think the big question we've been getting now that you saw Trey Lance for the final drive, do you think that they might give Trey Lance an opportunity to play in the final game against Washington?
Let's see what Washington has at stake. If Washington has to win, if they lose to Atlanta tonight, then they have to win to get in, then I'd start Rush because he's still better and he gives you a better chance to win the game. And I think you want to do everything you can to be a spoiler. If the game means absolutely nothing and they're playing whoever their backup quarterback is, I would give it serious thought, and I think I would at least play him a half.
Yeah, Brad, I kind of felt like that maybe, and Zach and I were talking about this, Mike McCarthy's kind of a historian and like an integrity of the game guy.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that you do not want to be that coach that you might be in a situation like that one day where you need somebody to play hard and they turn around and they empty the bench. I think
that's a great point, Brian. I think that is a great point because I do think that's who he is.
Yeah. Yeah. I think all along he's trying to win games, but I think this final one, it is about the integrity because you don't want to be the coach one day that you need somebody to play well and they don't. And they don't try, and now you're knocked out. That's a terrible feeling to have to deal with.
And even if it's not about you don't want to be in that position someday,
right?
If you are the guy who respects the history and the integrity of the game, then you just don't do that.
No, not at all. Not at all. Brad, we could talk about the injuries and stuff like that. Just the cornerback play, though, and not just this game, but the whole entire season. It just hasn't been right at cornerback for the Dallas Cowboys, has it?
No, it hasn't. Bland, I think, has played well, but he missed half a year.
Yeah.
Now today, he played Brown okay today, and then Brown won. What did he catch? 3 balls? Is that what I heard you just say?
Yes, 3 balls.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so a couple of more touchdowns. He's an all-pro, and I thought Bland did okay with him, but Bland missed half a year.
Right.
Brian, I know that that there are, for whatever reason, there are people inside the building who think that Diggs might have approached his rehab in the offseason a little more assiduously.
Does that mean lackadaisical? Is that what that means?
Police!
It means they just
call Frenkel.
Not lackadaisical is a strong word, and it's a damning word.
Okay.
But I do.
I'll
think
use the damning word.
Yeah, I know you will. I think there are people.
Be damned. I'll use the damning word.
There you go.
They would have liked to have seen him apply a little different approach to some of the work ethic, and then after that, they had high hopes for Carson.
They sure did. I did too.
And I did too, based on what we saw in training camp.
Yeah.
And then he did not carry that over to the regular season, and maybe it got in his head. Who knows? Then he got hurt, and he's on IR. And then you're going down. I think that the perfect encapsulation of the cornerback dilemma they've had is when Butler hurt his knee and went out, and you thought, oh no! I mean, this is a guy who'd been on the practice squad for a year and a half. It's not like he hadn't had the opportunity to get him on the field, but he had played well. He'd done the most with his opportunity, and then he went out. And then, Oruwariye had a moment in the Giants game early in the year, and then he was up and down and got hurt. So yeah, I mean, they just have. I think it underscores the importance of having as many competent cornerbacks as you can get.
41-7, Eagles beating the Cowboys. Brad Sham with us here on the official postgame show of your Cowboys. Does today's game, and it is prisoner of the moment and reactionary, but does it change at all the way you feel about the coaching staff moving forward?
It does not, and the reason it does not, and it's a well-formed question, Zach, because coaching staff, Zimmer had them. I mean, look at most of the first half. The first points are not against the defense. Then they've got them bottled up, and Barkley's not doing anything, and the whole greater than sum of the parts that continued to hold. And I'd be really intrigued to see another year of Zimmer working with these same players and the ones that they bring in to hopefully to make it better. And as far as McCarthy, it does not change anything for me because I really thought, I said this during the broadcast, and I really believe it, I think they showed it on the field. The team came ready to give the Eagles a game. They came ready to give them a fight. And then the turnovers happened, and then the cornerback stuff happened, and there you have it. I still think McCarthy has you'd have to tell me who it's like, when should we sign Dak or not sign Dak?
Mm-hmm.
You have to tell me who the replacement is.
Yeah.
And
see, but that's their job, though, Brad. That's their job to figure that out.
No, of course it is. Of course,
Bite him at least.
I would be
Bite
in
him.
favor of giving him.
Bite him, Brian.
Zach's question is: does today change the way you think about it?
Sure. No, I didn't mean to jump you like that. I'm just saying.
No, you're fine.
Not jump him.
Today doesn't change it.
Yeah. Yeah, Like when somebody tells me, and again, this is just not you. I've heard others say this. Well, who are they going to get? Who are they going to? That is their job.
Well,
That's not my job. That is their job to figure out. Tell me who. Well, that's I have an idea who I would.
But hold on a minute. Now, I love you, but that's a cop out.
It's not a cop out. It's not a cop out. No,
Get him! Fight!
No, it is for
Get him!
publicly to take. If you're going to take the stance that, and again, I think it's the same thing as with the quarterback. I don't want that guy. Okay, let's not have that guy. Who do you want? Well, that's not my job.
No. I'm saying that is their job. But if I was asked, I would have an idea who I want.
Well, that's different. That's fair enough.
You're supportive of the coach, which is fine. No, that's good. I'm not challenging.
Get him! Challenge him!
I'm saying though that if for somebody to if you want to change the coach, have an idea of who you want.
Here's my list.
Who is
Do you think these guys are better than
here's
Coach
my
McCall?
guys.
Well, that's fair, and that's a different way of saying it, and that's fair because I would say this: if they know that in their minds, they could be right or wrong.
Right.
If they know that in their minds he's not the guy, don't keep him just because you can't think of anybody better at the moment.
Right.
Then yes, you're 100% right. Then it is their job.
Yeah.
But when I am doing my calculus, I'm looking at what are the pros for keeping him with this group a little longer.
Okay.
And I think that there are most people, and you guys talk to them every week. They call in, and they call in during the week on our flagship station. 12-5, 3 years in a row doesn't mean a thing.
Yep.
Nope.
They didn't do it in the playoffs. Well, I thoroughly disagree with that. And by the same token, they're 3-7. They were playing. They didn't do it today. They failed. But they're playing for a chance to get back to 500.
Yeah.
That counts for something.
Right.
So let me see with a different approach. I think that he was given some personnel choices that he didn't necessarily make, that didn't give him the best talent that he's ever had going into the year. So now your job as the coach is to do the most with what I gave you. And I think I'm not happy with the first month. And if I were to hire him again, and I am saying that I would want to hear him tell me how and why the first month of the year next year is going to be better than the first month of the last 2 years. But my question is, my answer to the question of did today change your mind?
No,
it did not for me.
It did not. Yeah. Brad, this is where I would disagree with you on the personnel side of it, because my experience of working with that organization, the head coach has a great deal of say in what their personnel is. Mike even stood at the podium, and when you were probably in the audience, said, I've had more say in personnel here than I had in Green Bay.
Yep.
Which I know for a fact. Teddy Thompson was picking players. So Mike has a hand in the cards that are dealt to him, in my opinion.
Well, that's fair.
So I'm gonna say I'm not gonna use that as a reason. I'm gonna use that as no, he was part of this too. If you're gonna blame the front office and blame the coaches, you need to blame them both. Is really
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
No, I think that's fair.
Okay. Yeah.
But I would like to see him make some different group personnel decisions.
Sure.
This gambles that they took at running back, defensive tackle, and the offensive line. And Jerry, Jerry said it on our flagship station this past week. I might have been out ahead of my skis on the offensive lineman.
Yeah.
That's
sure
his
did.
way of saying, I messed that up.
Yeah. I agree.
And so those decisions, which you're 100% right, include the head coach. At those positions, I thought they were an 8-win team, a 9-win team at best coming into the year for those reasons, because they didn't address those positions.
Sure.
So now I think they'll take a different approach to some of it next year.
They ain't going to take no damn different approach.
But they do need to do more in personnel acquisition in the off season so that they can get off to a better start.
Agreed.
Brad, thank you so much.
Whoever the coach is.
Yeah.
Amen.
Mike McCarthy for sure.
Yeah. Brad, thank you so much. Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year, and we'll see you next week at AT&T.
Thank you, boys. Look forward to it. Thank you.
There he goes. Brad Sham with you, brought to you by the National Medal of Honor Museum. Join the mission at mohmuseum.org and AT&T, the official 5G.
All right, so Brad said that the players was trying to play for the coach in this game. My rebuttal is Mike McCarthy wasn't calling plays for the players, because that was a very, very laughable thing there. That was very laughable. So I'm looking at this whole situation and scenario saying to all of this, I get it. The Cowboys lost to the Eagles. This season is pretty much over with. But you can't carry the water that long, Brad. You know, you got to look at this particular team. We all said earlier that this particular team needed a DB. We can't lose Gilmore and still say, okay, the guy that we drafted is going to be better, right? We can't lose Bland and say, yeah, the guy that we drafted is going to be better. We can't lose or have the notion that Trayvon Diggs is coming back, that he's going to be 100%. Look, believe it or not, they still threw, because he spent time throwing Trayvon Diggs under the bus about his rehab and about how he didn't perform up to the levels of getting back into tip-top shape. I was going to say, naysayer, what you thought that he was going to do coming off of an ACL? Like, let me know what player that played DB that's going to do with a lot of bending of the knees, changing of COD. Y'all know what COD is. And he never was a physical cornerback from the start. Name me a cornerback coming off of an ACL injury that played up to par. Only one that I could think of in NFL history was Rod Woodson. And they flipped Rod Woodson from, and let me know if I'm wrong, they flipped him from a cornerback to a safety. That's the only person. And let me know that's down there that's watched football, that understood what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't believe in the hearts of hearts. Ramsey, he had an ACL situation. He came back and he played well. And that's a whole different kind of caliber of cornerback. So we predicted, or the Jones family predicted, that Trayvon Diggs, who's not a Rod Woodson, by the way, who's a physical corner, and who's not a Jalen Ramsey, who's a physical corner, for him to come back and to be one of those type of guys coming off of an ACL we don't know whether or not those particular teams, because we don't follow those teams like that, of whether or not they leaned 1,000% on saying change of direction, not cash on delivery, COD. But yeah, Darren Sharper. Is Darren Sharper still is he still in jail? He was the first Diddy, you know. Dudes be tearing their whole knees up and supposed to expect to come back like nothing is wrong. Yeah. So I put all of that blame on the front office, of course, but also on head coaching. He should be able to weeble wobble into that front office and say, hey, I need guys that's going to be healthy. I can't lean on a 5th or 6th round draft pick, you know. Yeah, so, and Willie T says Ramsey is still struggling. So, yeah, man, no, man. And on top of that, if the players are playing for, dare I say, Mike McCarthy on calling 3rd and 3 for a Cooper Rush to throw a floater in the middle of the field, ain't calling plays for the team, for the damn team. When your running back at that time was averaging 4 yards on the ground. 3rd and 3, you run the ball. You on your side of the field. You got for sure. You had the Eagles against the ropes. You had for sure a kicker. Now, he missed that 61-yarder, but that wasn't even at the 61. You got for sure 3 points in the bag.
Buffalo Wild Wings.
They're still on commercial break. So it's crazy to me, man, on how all of that is transpiring.
That's what's cool about being a part of a team.
What does CJ's interception, pick six, mean for the?
Yeah, that was really big.
Really big.
Got momentum going early, and we didn't start off great on offense. I think we had 2 3-and-outs after that. But yeah, anytime you can create turnovers on defense, that's special. We talk a lot about it, and these guys pour everything into it. You can really see them coming after the football, and then when they can get, what Chauncey's so impressive about Chauncey is that when he gets his hands on the football, he finishes. And that's a special talent that he has. Thinking about last week where he had the interception last week, where it was low.
Yeah, I ain't gonna even lie. See, Chauncey Gardner Jr. was a good pickup on the offseason for them. Let me go with we got 2 callers in here. From the 216, you're live on the Nation, brought to you by Underdog. Talk to me, bro.
What up, what's going on?
All is well, can't complain.
Man, all right. I think that Astor Genty in the first round is a little bit of a reach. I like the player though.
Okay.
I just don't think he's gonna be the end all be all. Just in my personal opinion, man, I don't know.
From your analysis, who will be then? Who will be the end all be all?
We need that dog. I don't know if you looked at his tape. I don't know if you
say it again.
Jihad Campbell, the Alabama linebacker.
Man, they got him in some mocks in the second round. You know what I'm saying? He gonna fall to second and third.
And I understand because they got that boy Jalen Walker at first, but he's more of a Micah Parsons type. He gonna want to do what Micah Parsons do. We need
So in your mindset, you would draft Jihad Campbell over Ashton Genty?
Sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Because we got other running backs. There's other running backs in the draft, Law. There's other running backs
in the first round. You would draft Campbell, and I like Campbell. Roll Tide, but shit.
Listen, I'm not banking on Overshawn to be healthy next year, bro. And we need a run stopper enforcer. Just go look at the tape.
Okay.
Don't look at what the project. Just go look at the tape. And I like Jaden Higgins. I love Jaden Higgins. That's a good one. I love Savion Williams. But there's other guys that we can go get, bro. Like if you go get Jihad Campbell, bro, and then get your D tackle, I will feel a little bit better, and then maybe even that third pick go.
And then, so when you gonna draft the running back? What you talking about, bro? Max, what you talking about? So you what? You don't have a 4th round draft pick, so you go Campbell D tackle.
All them gonna fall. They gonna fall, bro.
Where?
All David Neal.
So you gonna get them in the 5th or the 6th because you don't have a 4th round draft pick, by the way.
Well, we could trade back. We could trade back or do something. We could do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to just box your idea in on just getting that first round pick when all the value's gone. You know what I'm saying? I really don't even think Genty gonna fall that far. To be honest.
Well, we do multiple drafts. We do multiple mocks. So at that time, if you saying that you don't think Genty will fall that far, according to Tankathon, and they've been on the money. That's one of the reasons why everybody used Tankathon. So all right. So let's play this quick game. So Genty, you don't think he'll fall to the 12th or the 13th spot? That's where we picking at. So do you think that the Patriots will get Genty? Yes or no?
I mean, if he's there,
the Patriots. So wait a minute. So you mean to tell me the Patriots will draft? They got the first pick right now. They will draft Genty.
Oh, at the first pick? No.
Okay. No. Are you able to see my screen? The Tennessee Titans, they got the second pick. Okay. Oh, no, that's cool. Tennessee Titans, are they drafting Genty?
No, they got running backs.
Giants, are they drafting Genty?
They could.
They need a quarterback. So they're going to look at it like, okay, they allowed Saquon Barkley to go, right, to the Eagles. And, right, he just finna bust 2,000 yards on them as well next week. He's going to get the record. And they say, you know what, let's go get us another running back. And maybe this time we'll do better.
I'm such a businessman. I know they probably want to do business. So if they wanted that little 12th pick, I would sit there and try to get their next pick, which is probably like at 30 something. I don't know. They probably got more picks. I would bargain with them and trade back and get more picks, bro. Get more picks. There's players in this draft, dog. If you go Genty that first pick, that's all right. That's fine. That's cool. But you're hamstringing yourself, no pun intended, on players that you could get to help this team.
But you drafted early, Jahad Campbell, he would still be there in the second. Even if he's what he is as advertised, and I like Campbell, then what you can do is try to finagle and finesse to move up to get him from there. But you only got 3 picks within the top 100. By the way, by the Cowboys getting rid of the 4th round draft pick for Mingo. So we only got 3 picks, bro. We only got 3 picks, and we got, what that guy said, I got holes. I got holes. We got holes in different areas on this particular team, and we got to maximize our 3.
We need to go defense. We need to go either that linebacker, that D tackle. I mean Jalen Walker or whatever. I don't care. But we need to go cornerback in one of those 3 picks, too. There's some guys that we could go get that can help this team because I'm not banking on Diggs to come back and be all the way right.
That I will agree.
I'm not banking on J. Lou coming back. I'm not banking on that. So I'm going to have to go cornerback in them first top 3. There's some guys up there. But I'm just telling you, dog, we could get the linebacker. We could get the enforcer, the Fred Warner type that's going to sit there and say, no, this is what's going to happen. Maurice Leafout is cool. He's cool. But he can't be the end-all, be-all, man. We need enforcers, dog. And I'm not banking on Overshawn to be all the way right, man. I'm not doing that. That's why I would go Jihad Campbell. That's why I would do that.
Appreciate you, man. You went to Alabama? What school you went to?
Mississippi State.
You went to Hell State. Okay, all right.
No. Listen, I grew up in Alabama. My dad's a Marine, so he was stationed in Alabama. But I grew up down there in the South, so I know a little bit about the South. But you know what I'm saying. And then another thing, if Diggs want to get right, bro, go get his coach, man. Go to get Nick Saban. All right, have a good one.
No doubt. That's Max, man. That's from the 216, man. Oh, my gosh. Cowboys better not shoot. You better get Abdul Carter or something like that. And I like Campbell, but at the end of the day, draft is always a crap shot. But I can tell you, when we run these simulators, man, these simulators be closer than what most people think. And I'm not saying that Genty is the end-all, be-all. But, man, give me that. You know, and I get it, man. You know, a lot of people talk about, well, you know, he did that at Boise. Well, shoot, LaDainian Thompson did it at TCU. You know, shoot. Barry Sanders did it at Oklahoma State. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like those were powerhouse schools and conferences that they did it against, you know. So I'm still looking at it like this. Just because it's Boise, if that's the case in the scenario, when people use that as an excuse on not drafting Genty, the next damn running back better do the same thing. Next year, when Genty is gone, I better see that next running back putting up 2,000 some odd yards and 30 touchdowns. I better see that next running back do that. And even Fred Warner was a converted safety to a linebacker, and he definitely wasn't drafted in the first or the second or maybe even the third. I think he went in the 4th. He could have went in the 3rd. But I'm just saying, Genty is going to be good. Yeah, we on vacation mode now. Let me see what they got right now. Hold on.
Question on offense this year is Bobby Slowick hasn't been as good as a play caller since the league has figured out tendencies.
Quarterback hasn't been as good.
And the quarterback hasn't been as good.
Injuries have been bad, too. They've lost receivers for various points.
They have. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people are looking at the offensive coordinator there and saying, like, well, did the shine wear off a little bit? So those are all things that you've got to kind of take
no Coke 45.
All right, let's go to Tim, who's calling in Philly. Tim, what's up?
Well, it's interesting you guys are talking about coaches, I think I kind of equate the Cowboys now with Jerry Jones, kind of with the tail end of Al Davis's career. Young coaches don't want to go there. I mean, the bottom line, I mean, I hope Jerry Jones lives for 1,000 years and that he's in control of the Cowboys for as long as I live. Because the bottom line is, if you're a dynamic play caller or head coach, why would you want to go there? I mean, I think all you need to do is look at the Eagles and what they've done. The head coach is basically, the front man. He's a cheerleader, and you have a general manager who picks the.
You know what? That would be crazy. Walter Payton went to my JSU. He won't be able to do that on the next level. Yeah.
To two backup quarterbacks who are just, it's gotten zero snaps.
This dude look like a Colt 45.
And, Micah Parsons, my God, I mean, how many plays does he take off? I mean, he does not play hard at all. I mean, there's talk around he wants to come and play for the Eagles. Who wants him? I mean, I know, he gets stats and things like that, but,
Can I circle back with you?
As an Eagles fan, I hope McCarthy is there next year.
Can I circle back with you?
I'm an Eagle fan calling it 105.
I think Kellen Moore cut his teeth here as the OC here. So, I mean, they're capable. You're benefiting right now from mistakes.
Why did he leave?
No, he left because him and Mike McCarthy didn't get along. That's why he left.
Yeah, once again.
Yeah, I mean, his contract ran out. He went to the Chargers last year, and then that thing completely fell apart. And so the Eagles are looking for a coordinator. They hire, much like Dallas hired Dan Quinn. You get a guy that kind of bounces from one place to the other, and they have weapons in Philadelphia. Kellen Moore had success here when they had weapons. So sometimes
how do you let him go?
Well, you let him go because he didn't want to be here anymore.
Man,
Kellen Moore made the decision. See, you're blaming it on Jerry, but honestly, he had a problem with Mike McCarthy. That's the problem. It's not that young coordinators don't want to be here. Jerry gave him a chance.
And guess what? You mentioned two guys. The Eagles.
You busted on both your coordinators last year. Fired both of them.
And guess what? Guess what happened?
Yeah, you got a guy. You got
manager said these two guys are going to be in control of the offense and defense, and now you've won 13 games.
Sure,
going in win 14 games. Yeah. You don't have that type of vision with Jerry Jones. I mean, come on, guys. I mean, it's a joke. Your franchise is an absolute joke in the NFL.
Boy, the Eagles better win a Super Bowl this year.
I love it.
Clip this.
but for you guys to think that you're going to get any type of innovator,
this team will. This team will. This team will. This team will enjoy your moment in the sun.
No, I
enjoy the moment in the sun.
Tim. I mean,
enjoy your moment.
The Eagles got their division title this year.
Enjoy your moment.
They won't get it next year
because
we have just a revolving door in the NFC East. I don't really disagree with a ton of what he's saying there. I don't think the blame with all of this goes on the coach.
No.
I don't. I do think that there is some. I have to take a pause and wonder, when it comes to the hiring, we have seen them fail before, which is why if they do move on, everything you've stressed about an extensive search, they've got to do that. They can't just hire someone they're comfortable with. They can't just hire a friend. They can't just hire a referral from Jay Glazer or whoever the hell it is that's in their ear. They've got to do a better job. And then I do think, speaking from a lot of the fans that I get to chat with and that call in and text in, there is, would Jerry
Shout
hire
to you, Glenn.
somebody that would then take, if they ultimately had that success, take the shine away from him? Right. And I think that's kind of where Tim was going to a little bit there, because over 30 years, that's tough to kind of argue about, with. Right. Yeah. We do know Jerry does kind of want to win his way. The separation with him and Jimmy is we've heard all the stories.
I just didn't need to hear it from him.
But no, from an Eagle fan, I'm with you. No. Screw that guy. Appreciate you listening. And
hey, but at the end of the day, you can't have it both ways. You can't say, now I know that Mike McCarthy, Brian Broaders, I forgot his name, damn. I know that Brian Broaders said Mike McCarthy has some control of the personnel, which maybe that's tongue-in-cheek. But at the same time, you can't have it both ways then, Mike. You're supposed to have been able to bang on the table and get the guys that you ultimately wanted. So at the end of the day, Mike McCarthy signed off on Jalen Brooks. Mike McCarthy signed off on Jalen Tober. Mike McCarthy signed off on Ezekiel Elliott being here. So at the end of the day, that's how that goes there, you know. So you can't have it. Now, that Eagle fan that called in, to a degree, yes, they would love to have Jerry Jones to live 1,000 years. But at the end of the day, Jerry and Stephen Jones, they do have their big hands in this particular mix. They have their hands, they meddling. But we are not finna sit up here and think that Kellen Moore is this genius when you have a Saquon Barkley. If anybody gonna have the blame for the Eagles being successful, would be the damn Giants. Yeah. But I can call plays with Saquon Barkley. Come on with that offensive line, and you have AJ and Smitty on both sides. Come on, man. Only a fool can lose with those two, or those three. At some point, we got to be real with it, man. When you roll coverage one way, and you got to play one-on-one to the outside to the other, meaning that's 3 or 4 people that's got to be accounted for. You can't load the box. Saquon Barkley is tearing them up underneath, and he's not chopped liver, even if it was a loaded box. So it's damn if you do, damn if you don't. That's why when you look at this game, there was no drop-off, and I'm not finna beat up Hurts, but it was no drop-off between Kenneth Pickett and Tanner McKee. It was no drop-off. That's a stacked team. You got to give credit and kudos and credence to that. Brandy right now can call some good plays for the Eagles. Rakeem, ice cold cowboy. A third of the people that's watching right now can call some good plays. It's equivalent to playing. Who remember the games back in the days? Street Fighter, when you just pressing in buttons. There's no strategy, right? Yeah, they just pressing buttons. Yeah. Max, nah, that's not me being biased, Law, but I'm just telling the truth. Think about it. You got AJ on one side. I got an Eagles fan right here waiting from the 302. You're live on the nation, brought to you by Underdog. You're live on the nation. Come on, let me know. Could you call plays and it would have worked with the Eagles this year?
First, I want to say, fly, Eagles, fly.
Get out
What's
here.
What's good, brother?
I see a lot of bass in your voice. I see a lot of laughter and everything. But you got to keep that same energy in the postseason. But let me say this. Let's be real. Let's be real. You got a loaded team on offense, yes or no?
Oh, absolutely, and I love it.
Yeah. And it's not your problem to have. It's a good problem to have.
Absolutely.
Y'all wouldn't now granted, your general manager and your head coach wouldn't live with Jalen Brooks, Jalen Tober out there running routes. Y'all wouldn't have done that, right or wrong?
I don't care.
Right. You only go off of what you got. You got Smitty and you got AJ Brown. And let me know. By the way, are those boys paid? By the way, are they talking about contracts and talking about worth and value and these sorts of things? Yes or no?
Nope, because they already paid.
They already paid for the foreseeable future. So they're not going back and forth with monies and politics and stuff like that. It's just football. And Saquon Barkley. And so that's what I'm saying. The difference is between the two. But we got this politic game. If you pick up Kevontae Turpin and put him on the Eagles, he would have been just another cog in their gears to be able to get more and more yards, more and more opportunities. But it takes an act of Congress just to get Kevontae Turpin out there on the field for us.
But that ain't my problem.
I know. I can hear all the laughter in your damn voice, boy. I tell you. Go ahead.
To me, my team is loaded. Offense, defense, quarterback, running back, tight end, wide receivers, offensive line, defensive line, you name it. We loaded, and I'm proud of it.
Okay.
I'm proud. Hey, Law, listen, I'm going to leave him alone. I ain't even going to bother him this year because I can see the downfall in them. I ain't bothering you at all this season.
You sure did. I couldn't make a damn video off of you this year. Go ahead, keep going. But you got somebody else. Yeah. You stop calling, but then there's another Eagle fan. They call it Chris Eagles. You know. So y'all keep multiplying over here on my channel.
Hey, listen. Hey, Law, man. I say, listen. Last game I was playing them. I gotta call my man. I gotta beat him down because I already knew what we was gonna do to y'all. And it's like, I love it so much because it's like I literally had to find other people to get at. Like your boy Louis T and Detroit and Minnesota. Like I'm starting to follow people like them because I got to look at what we're going to be facing. See, that's the only reason why I was up on y'all like that. And it's like, I miss it because I'm not able to see the crying. Oh, you only got one Super Bowl ring. We got 5 rings. It's like, damn, I can't even interact with that. Like, y'all that garbage, and it's like, it's going to get worse for y'all next year.
Nah, it's going to get better, man. You know how this division is. You're going to go from worst to first. You know how it goes, or third to first. You know how it goes. I'm not digesting that, James. I'm not digesting that, bro. Nope. I don't let you get your shine in. You done rubbed it in on us. Y'all winning. Y'all got loaded team. Y'all got Batman. Y'all got Superman. Y'all got the damn Green Lantern. Y'all got all of it. You got even Iron Machine and War Machine and all of that. So y'all got all of the Avengers in the DC universe and all of that stuff, the Justice League, but y'all better win the Super Bowl with all of those damn weapons. You better win it. If not, I'm coming for you. If
we don't win the Super Bowl this year, it is a failure. I agree on it.
Yeah.
There's no reason why we should not win a Super Bowl this year.
You better. James, you better. And don't hide, because, last year when you called in, the next day, the next week, there was a big old L. So, hey, after this week, I want you to call in again. I know y'all probably still have a bye week, but I want you to call in. Call in. Keep calling in. I'm going to be live. I want to hear you. I want to hear you talk all that good stuff.
One thing I want you to know, though, Law, I never backed down. When we lost that game to the Niners, I called in. I let y'all give me whatever it is y'all wanted to give me. See, I read everything that y'all be putting on here. The receipt, all of that. I read it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So everything that y'all be saying, I'm saying the same thing too. So now you tell me from last year with all the receipts, who's winning this year?
That's okay. Y'all supposed to win. You got Saquon Barkley. You got doggone manna falling from the heavens. You got all of that good stuff. So, that's good. That's good. Y'all winning, huh?
It don't matter because we did what we're supposed to do as a team. We got the players that we want to have.
So all I'm saying, boy, you writing that big old check, boy. I love it. I love it too, because I can't wait. I can't wait, bro. Yes, indeed. Who all remember?
I can't wait. Listen, you know what? You are a talented brother. I've always said that about you. Don't matter what team you was doing this for, talent is talent. So my thing for next year, I'm going to come on here just to do a wellness check on you. That's what I'm going to do next year.
Look at this boy. But I appreciate you for calling in, man. Appreciate you, James. The Eagles fan from the 302. Hey, good luck to your team next week. But when that postseason hit around, don't shy away. Just wait. Yes, indeed. Just wait, because you better hope y'all don't see the Bucks though, because y'all allergic to them damn Bucks. For some reason, the Bucks got y'all number.
I want to see them all. Because we that good. I want to see them all.
Man, y'all struggle against Cooper Rush in their first quarter, man. So it's all good. It's all good. When we ain't have Lamb out there, but that's all good. Huh?
We straight.
Okay. Good. All right. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I just don't have no words to throw at you right now because of the way this team looked. But I appreciate you for calling in. Huh?
I'm loving it. I'm loving
it. Let me hear you say it.
E.
All right, man, nobody ain't gonna hear all that shit. Get out of here, boy. Shit. He think I'm gonna let him. He think I'm gonna let him. Boy, get out of here. You must be out your. Shit. I'd rather hear my teacher. Let me hear my teacher. Let her say it. I should have asked him how to spell Philadelphia. All right, Nana says, as it stands, the NFC East plays the NFC North, AFC West, and one each from the NFC South/West and one from the AFC East. So I can't wait to see that. Yes, indeed. All right, so with that being said, man, we're going to get out of here, man. We're going to get on up out of here. But I'm going to let the last two callers rock out.
Has been locked.
I got Jake the Great, Big Amish. 561, you're live on the Nation. Talk to me, bro.
Yo, Lord, what's happening with you? Can you hear me good?
Hey, I can hear you well, man. What you got?
Man, I just want to say, man, it must be a miserable, sad existence to be an Eagle fan, because I would think y'all would be, like, congregating amongst yourselves and, like, saying how great and grand y'all is, but why y'all over here? You know, like, we knew our season was over. Like, y'all bashing us like, oh, y'all thought y'all was good. Nah, we trash. We've been sorry since like 6 weeks ago. You guys are terrible because y'all don't have no content creator. It ain't like y'all trolling law, because you guys always here. We talking about draft picks and our third round tackles. Y'all be here. We talking about who we gonna get to be our backup center. Y'all always here. And it's like, damn, I mean, we at this time, you guys are undercover Cowboy fans, because why y'all here? Like a Super Bowl celebration to be doing or whatever?
You know, most Eagles fans are Cowboys fans who checked out in 98, 99. That's what happened. They checked out in 98, 99. They checked out after the Super Bowl run for us, man. They gave it one more year, and then they checked out, and then they start putting on the Eagle stuff, you know. But, you know, it's one of those things, man. It is what it is. That's why they know all of our players. You know, that's why they know everything about us, man. That's just for what it is, man. They secretly love the Cowboys.
Yeah. You know, and, well, to Cowboys business, man, I'm glad I didn't get a chance to call in this week because I almost drank some sour Kool-Aid. How does Mike McCarthy is able to do this? I was just about to give him some props. So I was watching Boss Cowboy and a landlord, and we was talking about how maybe he deserves a second chance or something. I don't see how this man can kill the momentum that fast like that, you know? Yeah.
So the only thing is, Jake, man, like, what would that second chance look like, though? You know, with 3-4 year, because you can't do a one, and then you really can't build upon a 2-year contract. You know, so it got to be a 3 or 4, and it's just crazy for the Cowboys to even consider this. If they all in with Mike McCarthy, that news should have been announced after we won against the damn Carolinas or the Giants or something. You know, just gonna rip the Band-Aid off. Don't lead us straight to this point, right?
Yeah, for real. I don't know why Jerry Jones be doing this. I don't know if he feels like, man, I'm gonna get him this time with the suspense. The suspense is gonna kill him. At this point, we just need to get rid of him, because that. We actually, you know, I'm team no playoffs, team no Mike McCarthy, but I was ready to eat my words, because had he called the plays the right way on that 3rd and 1, the game would have been a whole lot different. Would we win the game? I don't know, but man, that play calling is terrible. Hopefully we get rid of him, but you know, I just want to put my 2 cents in. Man, y'all Eagles, enjoy this. Y'all enjoy this stuff now. Y'all go and fly and congregate amongst yourselves. But if y'all don't win no Super Bowl, man, y'all still gonna be. Us 5, y'all won, so y'all put pressure on y'all, and I'll be right there to laugh at every one of your content creators when y'all do lose.
Oh yeah, I'm ready, man. I'm ready. I got my buttons and everything ready, man. So yeah. Them Eagles better win it all. You know, they got Batman, they got Wonder Woman, Superman, they got them all over there. You know, I think Wonder Woman probably be killing. But they got a whole bunch of weapons and weaponries over there, so they better win. You know, they got a GM, an actual GM that burned the midnight oil and all of this stuff, and they get players and acquisitions. They have the better DBs, Quinyon Mitchell, you know what I'm saying? supposedly be better than Bland and Diggs put together. So they better win. Yeah. If not, I'm coming. The 4 horsemen of the apocalypse for the return is going to be fire and brimstone. Yeah, you think Brandon Ross versus VIP going to be a clip. It's going to be Law Nation, my fofo, going to make sure all their kids won't grow over here, baby. We going straight in. Baby. Yes, indeed. Real, raw, and uncut. Yes, it's going to be some skull drugging, busting over here.
I think Carl Lawson was a good get. When you start to talk, having to play with Hoffman, we'll see how. I'm sure that was tomorrow morning we get up and watch the tape. That I'm sure there were some things with those defensive tackles that BB and Hoffman and those guys had their struggles. But man, it looks, the Cowboys run the ball the inside, and what were they able to do? They ran the ball the inside.
They did.
And got 104 yards out of it. So, I just kind of feel like that the Cowboys they did some things that were pretty good bottom fishing wise, which in the past, we've seen our Don Terry Pose and guys like that haven't worked out. They bottom fished pretty good and I think got some talent. That maybe that they can look at as possibly helping them out as depth next year. But there's as Jim says, there's a lot of things that you're going to have to go through here.
Let's go to David and Irving. David, you're on the official postgame show of the Dallas Cowboys.
Thanks for taking my calls, guys. I got 2 points or questions I have for you. First, do you really want to bring in a new coaching staff looking at our schedule for next year in 2025 with the NFC North and the AFC West as our 2 basic opponents? Plus Eagles and the Redskins that have gotten better. And next, off the wall, OC, Jason Witten. I know he's only a high school coach, but you know what? I'm tired of seeing the retreads. Guys, I'm hanging up and listen. Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate the call, David. Look,
the schedule is going to be
the schedule is what the schedule is.
Yeah, but you're honestly that you've got those
third place schedule,
two divisions that you handle, and then but the other games that you're going to have, you're going to finish third in the division,
right? But you also don't know how good those divisions end up being. I don't think anybody thought the North would be as good as
Big Amish, man. What's good with you, man? You're live on the Nation,
West
man. Talk to me, man.
Kind of as poor.
Hey, look, sad day, but another 40 burger on defense, another single-digit performance on offense. Some things don't change throughout the year, but there's always next year. But a little Q&A right now. Who was the coach who let Amari Cooper walk?
The coach that let him walk. Well,
yeah.
Well, the coach that was here was Mike McCarthy, was still here at that time. So
that's right. Who let Tony Pollard walk? Same man. Right.
Okay.
Who re-signed Michael Gallup after a massive injury? He was the hope. Well, that's McCarthy. At least under his watch.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm giving you the facts here. And Stephon Gilmore, he walked, could have been re-signed on the cheap. Mike McCarthy. So, when we're talking about, there's a lot of other players here. You could talk about Biotish, all the players who left and went to the Commanders. You didn't have to let all of them walk. You could have kept some. They didn't have to be the best. Biotish wasn't the best, but he was good. But you could have used that. You could have used those the draft pick. You could have used those draft picks to help Dak Prescott. You could have used those draft picks to help other areas on the team. That's all I'm saying. Numerous people walked under his watch. So you can't have it both ways and say, well, he won these games, and either he knows talent or he doesn't know talent. And if he's allowing them to walk and he has no say in it, that means he's content. One of the callers called him Fat Boy. I love that name. That's exactly it. Once you're content, if you don't cry at night and keep up at night knowing you've not done everything in your power, when you do not do everything that you can to make a change, it burns you. It hurts. I don't see that in Mike McCarthy. Could be wrong, but so I'm just saying that Mike McCarthy to me he's a good coach, but he's not going to elevate your team. Not with what he's done. I don't look at and we need transcendental coaches and players. Right now, We don't have who are playmakers on offense. I mean, you saw Cooper Rush. I like Cooper Rush, but not as a starting quarterback. Maybe on some other team, but not for the Dallas Cowboys, where the expectation is excellence. You need a running game. Rico Dowdle is a great complementary back, as you point out. He reminds me of one notch lower than a Marion Barber, who I love, by the way. But you can't put them in a main role throughout the year. They're great at pick up a game or two in the main role. That's fine, but in the situational roles, that's great. But we need those playmakers. You need like a Gentry, like you're talking about. Mm-hmm. You need that workhorse running back, Saquon Barkley. You need that. If you're going to give Dak Prescott any chance in the future, you need to take the pressure off him.
Yeah.
And we need that. So, and wanted to know what your thoughts are as far as. Tell me if I'm wrong. Is Jimmy Johnson at the Star?
No.
Is he in an advisory role?
He's not. It was a tongue-in-cheek type of deal of that being announced, and it was never come through far as fruition. It was more of a joke. But yeah, man, you did a great point of bringing out the truth of it. If we're going to say that Jerry Jones is the person with the smoking gun, then Mike McCarthy is an accessory to this robbery. He's the getaway guy, or he's in the car with him. So it's based off of what Brian Broaddus said, that he had some control, right? And I know, and is at some point, Squeaky, the squeaky wheel gets the oil. So he should have been able to squeak at some point and got something done here outside of just laying down. And that's why we really ultimately wanted to get rid of Mike McCarthy, because he's an accessory. Right. Yeah.
You're right. If you're a real Cowboy, if your bullet's gone, if you expend that bullet, it's gone. You're going to replace it. You're not going to put a blank in it. He put blanks in the revolver. That's what he's doing. Man. He's letting players walk who made a difference, and put blanks in it.
Yeah.
Who you brought back Ezekiel Elliott? I love Ezekiel Elliott for what he's done in the past, but he's not going to be that workhorse. He's not anymore, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. Right? And that showed its hand. But you can't let these other players walk when you don't have another alternative to substitute. You can't do it, or better. Matter of fact, change your revolver, get a bigger gun, get a better player. Right? That never happens. I don't know why, man. But it hasn't happened under Mike McCarthy's watch.
No
other
doubt,
than the
man.
draft.
Appreciate you for calling in.
That.
That's the big Amish, y'all. Yeah, appreciate you, bro. Good call from him. Real good call from him. Real good thoughts on his approach to this thing. I have no rebuttal to what he said. I have no rebuttals outside of the fact that the Cowboys front office may be in full control. Maybe in a situation whereas they didn't allow Mike McCarthy to do these things, but according to Brian Broaddus, that was hogwash, because he said that he had some control. So at the end of the day, regardless of it, man, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. The Cowboys not going to the postseason anywhere, right? And that's just how that goes. But it's what it is. It is what it is, Cowboy Nation. I would have 2K with Dak. I don't know. Are you talking about Saquon Barkley? Yeah. All right, I'm gonna let y'all get back. Shout out to my guy Sanjay. That's Sanjay. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate y'all, man, for tuning in. Shout out to all of you all that's watching these type of episodes. I'm gonna get on up out of here. I really appreciate you guys. We got one more game that we're going to cover this season, and then we're going to go into full draft mode. At some point, you got to stand up and fight for what you believe in, right? And at some point, life is not fair. Yep. I read a story once that the first being created felt as if though he was equal to the creator, and he came up with a plan to try to overthrow the grand creator. And when he was kicked out of the regions of where he was at, it stated that by the whip of his tail, a third of the angels came with him. What I'm saying is, those that are a third could have been innocent. They had nothing to do with it. But by him being able to influence and change the mindset or the temperament, they was just as wrong. And what I come here to tell y'all on this beautiful Sunday, that Mike McCarthy, regardless of the situation of the Cowboys going down, he didn't fight for his freedom like he's supposed to. He didn't bang on the table to say, hey, I need these things in order to get the results. Everyone have a reason, but results are what matter. And what are you doing to get the results? What are you doing to fill in the gaps? You can point the finger all day, but when you point the finger, you got three pointing back at you. Ask not what this country can do for you, but what you can do for this country. There's one wise man that said that. And believe it or not, in Dallas, they assassinated him. So you got to be careful around here in Dallas. Don't speak too much truth. They notorious out here. But I'm going to tell y'all, Cowboy Nation, there's rules and regulations, but no one is above the laws. And the law of this particular situation is that you got to abide by those laws in order to win. You got to abide by those reasonings in order to win. You got to figure out ways to abide by the laws of communications, the law of average, the law of diminishing rates of return, the law of the supply and demand, the law of the authority to speak. So at the end of the day, if there's one thing a man should always do, is mainly to himself stay true. Never allow someone to change your point of view unless what they bring makes sense to you. Never judge a man by sight alone, nor by the height he has grown. And when speaking, keep it at a very moderate tone, because harsh words and hard words only turn those hearts into stone. You see in the beginning, it was brother our rival brother, Rover brothers, the morals of life, live, love, and respect for another. Then there are those who will try to be smart. They would take the decent man to alter his heart to seek to rip him apart. Those men you should never call a friend, because they bend the lies around the truth to meet their end. Appreciate everybody, man. David says, Law, Jerry don't care about Mike McCarthy banging on the table. Yeah. But in the words of, I know you getting bored chilling with them. Sometimes you got to give them that thug look, Mike. You got to walk up on them, embrace them, and let them know that, Jerry, if you want to win, you got to let me get it in. The last time you won, Nintendo's was out. People had to blow the cartridges just to put it into the machine. VCRs and stuff. At least I was in 2010, and this is how I won. So let me be me. And Mike McCarthy didn't do that, ultimately, or allegedly. So if you bring him back, if you bring back Mike McCarthy, understand that we're going to bring back 3rd and 1. You're going to go for a Hail Mary. If you bring back Mike McCarthy on 3rd and 3, you're throwing it to the middle of the field. If you bring back Mike McCarthy, you will be an undisciplined team. If you bring back Mike McCarthy, maybe you go 12-5, or maybe you win 6 or 7 games. Those are the realities of it. Now there is the unknown. There is the unknown. I'm hearing people say Nick Saban, Ben Johnson, Bobby Slowick, But those boys are not going to come here for dog water. They're going to want to get paid. They're going to want to be able to have some type of an adjustments of being able to move stuff around rightfully, their own way. But at the end of the day, in the words of Prime Time for Your Mind.
Give me my theme music.
Yeah! Happy holidays to you all, or New Year's if you fool around and take a quick mini vacation. Yeah. CeeLo says, Dak sleeves got my eyes open. You know, do a little research. Cam Newton, although he plays for a different organization and franchise, he talked about some of those things about tattoos, and especially on certain kinds of caliber of quarterbacks that teams tend to look for. And I'm not trying to make it about that. Put it like this, not everybody embraces everybody's culture, right? It's a reason why you can't go to an interview with a dashiki on, because that interviewer may look at it like, hey, that's not what we have here. We want the suit and tie. So everybody's culture is not embraced. You know, cornrows, you can't have that working for the police division, right? Or beard. A beard is very offensive to most people. I can't run for president with this damn beard on. They be like, hey, can you cut that off? Because it won't be embraced by everyone. So you got to be able to shift. And I don't want to get to a higher conscious talk over here, but y'all know how it goes. You got to be able to shift a little bit, you know, to appease a certain group of crowds of people. Yeah. But let me tell you something. If you want to get into certain sectors, you better cut that damn beard off and get the job. Yeah. Cut the beard off, get the job, and then grow it back. Yeah. Sometimes you got to finesse the system. Conley Jones, appreciate you. Glenn Capers. Nana K, appreciate you. Shout out to you. Oh, Sheila. Appreciate you. So women, sometimes you can't wear the pencil skirt. And sometimes you need to wear the pencil skirt to get that job. But don't wear the clear heels with it. Come on with it. And Nick Saban and Jerry Wood clash, I agree. Abe Lincoln, yeah. Yeah, many years ago. Yeah, they said Abe Lincoln had that Jay Leno chin up under there. He had to grow that beard. Honest Abe, as they say, right? Let's get on up out of here, man. Montisha, one time. Yeah. Gina with the G said, yeah, she already know. Yeah, sometimes you can wear that low cut shirt. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can have the girls out. Sometimes you can't. You know what I'm saying? It just all depends on which job. But if you really want to get them jobs, certain jobs, corporate or uncorporate, you better show what God made, or show what your mama made. Shoot, pharmaceutical sales? Shoot, that girl with them clear heels and that pencil skirt, she gonna get that job over Tyrone. Oh, I'm speaking too much truth. Y'all know what I'm telling. Wig lazing, baby. Yeah. Brian Kelly. I gotta do a little bit more research on Brian Kelly. It hit you. I like the Texas Longhorn coach. Maybe you shake a tree from Nick Saban. So you can maybe shake that tree. Layer 2, I follow. Booth did shot Lincoln. But this Booth can't shoot nothing. This Booth would have missed. NJ, don't cry in the car. And another one. What we tell them, baby? If we offended anyone, charge it to my beard or my sleeves, not my heart. And if you wear your heart on your sleeves, apologize in advance. Play a tune, I follow. Wherever you go, whatever you do, play a tune,
I learned that.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Feel that far, so far, so far. You must be out your goddamn mind.
All I ask.
Forever doesn't feel that far, so far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on.
But what is your counter?
Yo, killing me with this. I can hear 30 years of my career.
Robert.
30 years of my career. Y'all trying to kill me. You're killing me.
Shame.
Man. This ain't
Shame.
You have an unnatural allegiance to losers. It's not like you.
Ain't nobody calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, are you still in ball? Calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, am I still in ball? Y'all usually check on me. Listen. I'm still in boys.
Right. I want my flowers while I'm living.
I'm still in boys. Oh, I'm still them boys. I'm still them boys.
I like when you like this, Daddy. Daddy, I like when you scrambling and
still
emotional, damn it. What's your point? Okay, so what?
I'm still them boys. I'm still.
Let me crack your cranium and fertilize your brain.
I'm still them boys. Oh, brother, this now y'all don't want to call and check on the pastor. I'm still them boys. Stop, Steve! Come back, Steve!
You must be out your goddamn mind.
I'm still them boys.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
What more do you want from me?
Dread it, run from it, destiny arrives all the same. And now it's here. Or should I say,